It was a big room. It was the top floor of the forward building. It was very noisy because there were machines going constantly.
Linotypes or?
Linotypes and what they called stereotypes. I'll describe in a minute. But the way you made the newspaper physically in those days was that the text would be given to a linotypist. And he would type it on a linotype, which was basically a typewriter, which instead of putting out black type on a piece of paper, would put letters on the top of a slug of lead. Each line would be one slug. So then when he was finished with all of those on a page, they would go to one of the men who would work on a big table with a steel frame, and all the slugs would be fitted in the way that they were going to fit on the page. My father was in charge of the layout of the pages. He decided which would go where, what it would look like. And there were many different editions corresponding to different cities, so he would be laying out 6 or 8 different editions of what those would look like. Then these slugs would be put into this frame, and the frame would be locked with a hand lock, and it would go to the stereotypist in a different part of the room. And the stereotypist ran a big machine which worked like this. A piece of heavy cardboard would be laid over the page mock-up, and then they would run a heavy press over it, which would create an impression in the cardboard of the type. Then that would go downstairs to the basement to the press and would be put on the press rollers in a semicircular form, locked onto the press rollers, and then the paper would roll over those and pick up the ink.